Have you ever wondered why some people seem completely unbothered by things that would keep you up at night? Like they've discovered some secret way to turn worry off? What if I told you that the difference between people who worry constantly and people who face uncertainty with ease has nothing to do with having better circumstances or fewer problems? What if freedom from worry isn't about positive thinking or managing your thoughts at all, but about recognizing something about how worry actually works that changes everything? Right now, you have access to a completely different relationship with uncertainty. One where worry becomes optional, where future problems stop hijacking your present moment, and where you finally feel like you can trust yourself to handle whatever comes without rehearsing disaster first. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly why worry operates like a glitch in how your mind processes the future, and how recognizing this pattern breaks its hold on you completely. You'll discover the hidden purpose worry is actually serving in your life, why it feels so impossible to stop, and the simple shift that allows you to engage with real problems without drowning in imagined ones. Here's what I've noticed. Worry isn't actually about the future. It's about right now. Think about it this way. When you worry about a conversation you need to have tomorrow, you're not experiencing tomorrow. You're experiencing this moment, except you've mentally left to rehearse a scenario that doesn't exist yet. Your body responds to that mental rehearsal as if it's happening. Your heart rate changes. Your breathing shifts. Tension builds in your shoulders. This happens because your nervous system can't distinguish between a real threat and a vividly imagined one. When you picture yourself failing, being rejected, or losing something important, your brain treats that mental movie like incoming danger. It floods your system with the same chemicals it would release if you were actually in that situation. Which means worry isn't preparation, it's practice. You're literally training your body to feel threatened by things that haven't happened and might never happen. And here's what becomes possible when you understand this. You realize that the discomfort you feel when you worry isn't coming from your actual circumstances. It's coming from the mental time travel you're doing in this moment. But here's where most people get stuck, and where real freedom begins. If you're still here, you already know that worry isn't serving you the way everyone says it does. The fact that you're willing to question something that feels so automatic tells me you're ready to see what's actually creating it. Because what I'm about to share challenges something most people defend their entire lives: the belief that worry keeps them safe. If this is resonating with you, please subscribe. There are actually 3 types of worry operating in your mind right now, and most people treat them all the same way, which is why worry feels so impossible to stop. The first type is practical worry. This is your mind alerting you to something that genuinely needs your attention. You forgot to pay a bill. You need to prepare for a meeting. Something requires action, and your mind is flagging it. This type of worry is useful. It's information. The second type is rehearsal worry. This is where your mind runs through scenarios that haven't happened yet, trying to prepare you for every possibility. What if they say no? What if I fail? What if this goes wrong? This feels productive, but it's actually just repetition. You're not solving anything. You're mentally practicing feeling anxious. The third type is identity worry. This is the deepest layer. It's worry that exists to confirm something you believe about yourself or the world. I'm the kind of person things go wrong for. Life is unpredictable and dangerous. I can't trust good things to last. This type of worry isn't even about specific situations. It's a filter that colors everything. Here's what becomes clear when you start to distinguish between these three types. Most of what you call worry is actually type 2 and type 3. Mental habits running on autopilot, completely disconnected from anything that's actually happening. Take a moment and think about something you've been worrying about. Now ask yourself, which type is this? Is it practical worry, pointing to something you actually need to do? Is it rehearsal worry, where you're just replaying the same anxious scenario? Or is it identity worry, confirming a belief you hold about yourself or how life works? If you tried that, you probably noticed that most of your worry falls into types 2 and 3. That's not a problem with you. That's just how worry works when you don't see the distinction. So, if worry doesn't protect you and doesn't change outcomes, why does it feel so necessary? Because it's serving a different function entirely. Worry creates the illusion of control. When you don't know what's going to happen, your mind finds that emptiness intolerable. So it fills the space with mental activity. It generates scenarios, weighs possibilities, rehearses responses. And even though this process is exhausting and unproductive, it feels better than doing nothing. It feels like you're engaging with the problem. This happens on a neurological level too. When you worry, you're activating the same brain regions involved in problem solving. Your mind literally can't tell the difference between productively analyzing a situation and anxiously ruminating about it. Both feel like thinking. Both feel like effort. But only one actually moves you toward resolution. What's more, worry becomes habitual because it occasionally gets paired with positive outcomes by coincidence. You worry about something, it doesn't happen, and your brain registers. The worry worked. This creates a superstitious loop. You start to believe that worry is what prevents bad things from happening, when in reality, most of the things you worry about were never going to happen in the first place. The actual function of worry is to give your mind something to do with uncertainty. It's a coping mechanism for the discomfort of not knowing. Here's the practice that changes everything. I call it the 3-type check. The next time you notice yourself worrying, pause and identify which type you're experiencing. If it's practical worry, type 1, ask yourself, what action does this require right now? Then take that action. Make the phone call, write the reminder, Have the conversation. Practical worry disappears the moment you respond to what it's pointing at. If it's rehearsal worry, type 2. Recognize that you're mentally practicing a scenario that doesn't exist yet. Your mind is trying to prepare you, but rehearsal doesn't actually prepare you. It just exhausts you. Instead of continuing the mental movie, simply acknowledge, this is rehearsal, not reality. I don't need to keep watching this. If it's identity worry, type 3. This is where real transformation happens. When you notice worry that's confirming a belief about yourself or life, get curious. What would have to be true for me to worry about this? Am I replaying an old story? This type of worry won't go away just by thinking differently. It requires you to notice the underlying belief and question whether it's actually serving you. What you'll find is that each type of worry needs a different response. When you stop treating all worry the same way, you stop feeling powerless against it. Over the next few days, you'll start catching yourself mid-worry. You'll notice the moment your mind leaves the present to rehearse future problems. Within a week, you'll find that uncertainty doesn't automatically trigger the same spiral it used to. Change happens in layers, not overnight. But every time you recognize worry as a mental habit rather than a necessary response, you're building a new relationship with the unknown. You already have everything you need to do this. Your awareness of the pattern is what begins to dissolve it. If this way of understanding worry resonates with you, you're exactly the kind of person this channel is for. If you found value in this, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It truly helps me continue creating content that explores these deeper insights. And most importantly, leave a comment below and tell me which type of worry you recognize most in yourself.